What is God's will for my life? This is probably the most common question any of us ask each other in church or in Christian circles. We want to know what God's will for our life is. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, these are two of the most fundamental verses for a Christian who's desiring to walk with God. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. That path, those paths, are God's plan for us. That's ultimately our promised land. Just like the Israelites were pulled out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of sin, out of the land of compromise, out of the land of bondage, then they got rescued, which is like us coming to Christ, and then they spent 40 years in the wilderness before getting to their promised land because of complaining, because of a lack of faith. God says in these verses in Proverbs to trust in Him with all of our hearts. And the other component to that is leaning not on our own understanding. It's so easy for us to hyper-analyze every situation, every emotion, every up and down, every sickness, every circumstance that goes wrong. I know for me, when things are going wrong or when I'm depressed or when I screw up, I automatically assume that God's mad at me, God is distant, God doesn't care, God takes care of the other Christians. There's nothing true about that. There's nothing scriptural about that. God is a loving Father, and I have children. I know how much I love my children, and nothing they could do could separate them from my love. If they trust in me, they're young, so if they trust in me, I am going to guide their paths ultimately to what's best for their lives. But that doesn't mean that they understand it. If they lean on their understanding in their young minds, they're not necessarily going to get to their promised land either. So there's this component of faith to Christianity that pleases God. When Jesus did miracles and healings, He asked the person receiving the miracle if they believed He was able to do it. And when He would heal them, He would tell them after to go their way. Their faith had made them well. So invite God into your daily living. In all your ways acknowledge Him. There's a beauty to spending time with the Lord when things are bad and knowing that He's close to the brokenhearted. I've spent so much time separating God from those times when He's been wanting to teach me the deepest things about life and His will during those times and during those seasons. And if God has given you even a glimpse of what His will may be for your life, He might not be about to spell it out on your mirror when you wake up in the morning. Start investing in the things that you suspect are God's will while asking Him to open and close the proper doors. And all of a sudden you begin to have more clarity and people start telling you things that line up with what you are already thinking is His will. And then you know to invest in those things more. It's a walk with God. He's not giving us the whole plan right away, but He wants to be invited into every part of your day. So trust in Him, acknowledge Him, lean not on your own understanding, and He will direct your path.